The sad news the weekend that Sir Bobby Charlton had died. I mean, to call him an icon of English football, global football, probably an understatement. I mean, most of the things have been said that can be said about the great man, but what a legacy he left behind.
I think he paved the way for all them superstars who followed him at Old Trafford. He's a footballing icon, not only in Manchester but also for England. I mean, winning the World Cup, and for me, I remember my dad telling me when I was growing up trying to play football, and he said, if you can have 2 feet like Sir Bobby Charlton, not Sir at the time, but he said Bobby Charlton was the best 2-footed player he'd ever seen. And having seen footage of him, I think I wouldn't argue with that. David will know a lot more about him because he was there all the time. I come across him as a player and as a manager, ever present, always smart, always very polite. I think he was one of the most unassuming men I've probably ever met. Yeah,
and he's obviously intrinsically linked to Manchester United, of course. And I guess if having played there and won things, it just he's just part of that club, isn't he?
Yeah, he's part of the furniture, wasn't he? From being in the air crash as well, being one of those survivors, and only a few weeks later to be called on to help the team back to its glory. I mean, I saw a documentary on I think it was BBC about him growing up with his brother, with Jackie Charlton, and he said, just spoke about it once, the air crash. It must be, to go on an airplane with your teammates, and half of them, don't get off it because of the crash. Must have been so hard to take. But as Tim said, absolute legend of the club. I remember we played Austria Vienna in the Champions League in about 96, 97. And so Bobby joined in the training, and he must have been about late 60s, early 70s then. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Probably, probably about 60. His touch was like, and as you said,
I saw that.
2-footed.
They've got footage of that training session.
It's brilliant. And you think, wow. And as you say, World Cup winner, European Cup winner, won the leagues. Absolute. I mean, the send-off last night was absolutely perfect for him. It really was.
Yeah. Pep Guardiola spoke in glowing terms, obviously, this week, and you just hope that the derby, the respect is shown for the great man there as well.